Scooby-Doo was one of my favorite cartoons. You know the story, right? They go to some small town or amusement park because something is disturbing the residents. Inevitably, it's a ghoul, a goblin, a slime monster, or some other terrifying beast. Then they set a trap. And the first time they set the trap, it never works. Never. Not once. That would always frustrate me. Why don't you do it again? But tweak it to fix the problem. Like, clearly you saw how the slime monster got away. If you do it one more time, solving for the weakness, you'd be good. But no, they would invent an entirely new trap. As I look back, maybe inventing a whole new trap is the right answer. When we try to tweak the current system, it inevitably moves back towards the norm or the place where we're failing. In our attempts to build bridges and remove contempt from our interactions around divisive subjects, it's possible we need to do things completely different. Not try to express less contempt or be nicer as we express our opinions, but rather to totally revamp our attitudes. James, who's the little brother of Jesus, gives us a few attitudes that may help us in our overhaul. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness. There's so many countercultural attitudes in these verses that could serve us well in building bridges. If Christians lived this wisdom, it'd be a complete overhaul of contempt, which can run rampant in our interactions. You may say, but isn't this a how-to list of being a doormat or not actually addressing my disagreements with people? Could be, but it doesn't have to be. Imagine a controversial subject. For an example, we'll choose immigration. You start a conversation with somebody that sees it differently than you. If you start with contempt, you believe what? Why, no, how could you believe that? You've just created an adversarial interaction. Contempt will grow, and there's little chance any wisdom from heaven will appear. On the other hand, if you start with, I really appreciate the fact that you care for people that have been oppressed in their home countries. Would you tell me a little more about how you think as a nation we should respond? You've just brought God's wisdom of being considerate, sincere, peace-loving to an interaction. You found common ground, and now heavenly wisdom can overhaul contempt. It gives the conversation a chance. And for those that are able to implement this wisdom, God has a promise, a harvest of righteousness. Today, let's be peacemakers. Let's live faith first.